So we get Bowman Chrome and National Treasures Baseball on the same day. Like, could it be any better for a new release day today? I don't know. I'm not really sure that it can be. I am so stoked to get into both of them. I can't wait. We also are going to open a case of autographed football jerseys tonight, too, by the way. So it's not all new releases tonight. But, of course, that's probably the main event for many of you. Before we get started ripping into things, we've got a little information to go over, so let's take a quick peek at that. Still working on this break. I may end up having to list some of this on eBay and see if we can pick up some additional folks there. Also a possibility that I may convert it to a random team break instead. If you're in this break, hang on. You would see I have sent you an email message about it and asking you if maybe you would want to do that or not. So check your email for that if you happen to be on this list, okay? But basically, this is, it's a case of Opulence basketball, and you guys know it's a pretty high-end case. It's just come out last Friday. It's a hits draft, so everybody would get something, $135 a spot. Each spot gets one draft position. It's all in, shipping included. We'll break it when we fill it, etc. Right now we're only half filled, so I'm kind of stalled out on it. If someone wants in it, let me know. Otherwise, as I said, we may change that to a random team break or something like that. I'm not quite sure how we're going to get unstuck on that quite yet. And what you see right here is a note about feedback. That is to let you know that my feedback is completely automated. So you don't ever have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback from me, you're going to instantly get it in return. And of course, as always, thank you for breaking with me. Fleaburger on eBay, leader of the pack breaks everywhere else. And this, of course, a list of our breaks that are coming up on eBay. So unlike the Opulence break, which we're selling directly, this stuff is on eBay up and available for bidding right now. So it's going to be a lot of baseball in the days ahead with a little football mixed in. Tomorrow night, a multi-sport autograph program, another case of National Treasures Baseball, and we're going to open a case of Spectra. You'll note that those are loose boxes from two different cases put together to reach a case quantity of 8. So it is case quantity, just not from one single sealed case. On Friday night, we'll open a half case of baseball jerseys, a half case of mini helmets, the fourth and last case I have of XR football, and we'll open another case of Bowman Chrome on Friday night. Saturday, we'll open 3-peat basketball memorabilia box, a half case of Leaf football jerseys, a third of a case of Luminaries, a half a case of High Tech, and a half a case of Trinity. All of those, Luminaries, High Tech, and Trinity, those are all loose boxes where some distributor or another sent me a partial case. Also, Saturday night, we're going to do a 6-box Topps Chrome football mixer. Couple of boxes from 2013, a couple from 14, and a couple from 2015. On Sunday, we're going to start earlier than normal, okay? Instead of starting at 10, we're going to start at 9:30, which means the listings are also going to be ending on eBay earlier than normal. We will open a multi-sport jersey, a half case of basketball jerseys. Gold Rush just came out with some more basketball jerseys. First time they had these this year, they sold out like really quickly, and we got some amazing hits. So we're going to give it a shot with series, the new series here that just came out yesterday? No, today. Today. Just came out today. I lose my track sometimes. And then a baseball bat, an autographed baseball bat on Sunday night. And the back half of a case of Heritage High Number that we started recently. Monday night will be another half case of the mini helmets, a triple play baseball box, a third case of National Treasures, and a third case of Chrome. But that brings us up to tonight. I'm so excited about it. And here's what it looks like. We have one free shipping break. That's the Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. Projecting that to get out on Monday. I really realistically think it'll be out sooner than that. But the free shipping stuff I usually project out 6 or 7 days after an auction ends. National Treasures and Chrome, I'm projecting to get out on Saturday, which is the same projection I gave for our breaks last night. And once again, I feel like that's pretty realistic, and maybe I can even hopefully possibly get it out a little sooner than that. If you happen to get skunked in any of the breaks tonight, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. And here's how it works. If you're on one of the free shipping breaks, I normally am just going to hang on to that consolation card until the next time you have a package heading your way where you have hit something. And then I'll gather up any that you are due and send them off to you with that package, because I track it for a rolling 90-day period. If you get skunked in one of our paid shipping breaks, which is National Treasures and Bowman Chrome, of course, any consolation cards that you are due would be sent with the rest of the break, okay? And by skunked, I mean you don't pull anything, like not a base card, not a single thing for your team, just to clarify. First up tonight is a 5-box case of 2018 TriStar Game Day Greats autographed football jerseys. It's a full case break. It is break number 30. And of course, everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Wednesday night, the 26th of September. You'll see there that we have team names on the left-hand side. Our winning bidders are across from it on the right-hand side. And new spreadsheet will go up before each break. So if you're not in this one, you're going to get a chance to see your name up in lights here shortly. And last but not least, I am changing the focus, getting rid of autofocus there. And I said last but not least, but it's not quite last, because we had a couple of unpaid teams. Let me see if I still do. We might have a team or two open in here if someone is interested in them. Let me see where we stand with things. We are looking at the Lions for sure are open. Let me check my messages here and see what's going on with this other one. I may have a... hang on one second. Golly, man. I tell you what, if my mouse would work the way I want it to, I'd be so happy. But it really just is giving me so much grief right now. But the Lions in this break looks like it sold for around $20, 20 and some change, but the person did not pay for it. And it is, so it's sitting there. Is anybody interested in picking up the Lions in this break for the jerseys? And sorry, I'm multitasking right now, so I know I'm kind of going a little slowly, but I'm trying to get in here and find this information, and I'm not logged in the way I should be, and eBay's giving me grief, and yeah, just give me a second, sorry. Waiting. Meantime, while I'm watching the circle spin here on eBay, who is in chat tonight? It is Scott and Gio and Greg, and Corey is here. Hey, Corey, you have got the Yankees tonight. Yeah, you and me both, brother. I can't believe that they went that low either, but you know what? You got a good deal on it, so there you go. Hopefully it'll be worth it for you. And looks like, guys, yeah, the Lions are what I have got open in the jerseys tonight. So if anybody's interested, please let me know. We're going to roll right on with it here in a second if no one wants to pick it up. It is, looks like it sold for $20.50, but obviously I'm not going to worry about the 50 cents. So if anybody wants it, speak now, forever hold your peace kind of deal. And okay. I'm going to take that as a no. So I guess I will end up with that, huh? Let's get our jerseys out and see what we've got tonight. Yeah, just in general, I thought National Treasure sold low tonight. I mean, Corey was talking about it there in chat, specifically about the Yankees, but yeah, I agree. I thought it went, it actually went quite a bit lower on several teams than I had anticipated. But, you know, it happens that way sometimes. Sometimes we end up having to subsidize the breaks, which is how I like to think of it when they lose me money. I like to just think of it as subsidizing them. So, all right. So what else? Is there anything else in chat I needed to catch up on here? I don't think so. Jason is here. Ken's here. Gina says you never asked for Mojo, but you need the Diamondbacks tonight. All right. Well, we'll be in your break here coming shortly. We got these football jerseys to do first. Jason's looking for some Red Sox. Scott, you have not missed the whole opulence thing. We haven't done that break yet, Scott. No one, it hadn't sold out, man. We're only halfway setting sold on opulence, which is why I'm trying to maybe look at some alternatives. You know, if you guys want to look at doing them as random teams instead, which is something Corey brought up last night, that might be a possibility instead of doing it as a hits draft rather. So I don't know, trying to figure out how to get that unstalled so that we can move on down and get it completed on the opulence break. It's been sitting there since, what, Friday? So, yeah, I'm getting antsy. I'm getting antsy with it, and I want to see what's happening with it myself. All right, so out of our first box here, we have Vinny Testaverde. And it is JSA authenticated. And there is your JSA sticker that matches it. I shouldn't have stacked all those boxes there, huh? Because now we can't really see that too well. Can we? No. So, but now I can't really move them out of the way either because I've cut the plastic off of them. So now I can't really, I should have thought differently about the way I did that, but too late now. Next out is Jim Langer. And Jim Langer is JSA authenticated. And there you can see signature of the Hall of Fame inscription, your JSA authentication paperwork there as well. He's a Dolphin. Vinny Testaverde may have played for more than one team, so I think I'm going to have to look that one up before we get out of here, just to make sure what we are, you know, that I'm getting it to the right place and all that. So we'll look up Vinny Testaverde before we finish up. Amari Cooper is a nice hit, and we know where that goes. Raiders, baby. Oakland Raiders hit with Amari Cooper. JSA authenticated once again with the sticker and paperwork. And, somebody said, Ben Rudd said you saw an Ohtani triple jersey, 1/1 autograph printing plate. Wow, nice. That is really nice. Steven, you're looking for a Jets jersey. Yanks, you probably missed the rundown earlier, but we are absolutely doing some Bowman Chrome here in a little while. So we for sure have some of that coming up after this and after National Treasures. Jerry Rice. We pulled a nice Jerry Rice autograph mini helmet last night. And tonight, the 49ers have themselves a Jerry Rice signed jersey, and that one is TriStar authenticated. You'll see the hologram sticker as well as the TriStar on it. We have one left to go here, and then I'm going to double check Vinny Testaverde. Pittsburgh Steelers and Antonio Brown. AB has been acting like a little diva lately, hasn't he? But he is awfully good. And it's on, unfortunately, that ugly Bumblebee jersey. But nonetheless, nice Antonio Brown signature JSA authenticated JSA card in the back. Now, give me a second to look at Vinny Testaverde here and see what we can find out about his tenure. Because I want to say he may be, see, I always want to say Colts, but then, like, I think that's wrong. So I have to look it up and just make sure. I think that's the way to go. Bear with me. I'm getting it to load. Yeah, see, it is wrong. See, I always have it in my head, and it's, like, not correct. So, Buccaneers, the Browns, the Ravens, the Jets, the Cowboys, the Panthers. Good grief. All right, let's look at this bad boy. Well, we know for sure that this isn't going to be, for sure, this isn't a Raven or a Jet or a Cowboy or a Patriot or a Panthers jersey. So the question is, could be Buccaneers. This was their old school colors, and that's my guess as to who it is. Maybe it will say on here for us if we got super lucky, but usually the customs don't. No, they do not. So that I believe could be the Buccaneers, guys, but I'm not 100% sure. Does it say on here anywhere? Of course not. So it could also possibly be a collegiate jersey, I guess. Oh man, I absolutely hate it when we run into this weird stuff like this that we cannot get, that we can't get the answer on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it has the most years of service to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the colors, essentially, you know, Tampa Bay Buccaneers used orange. None of those other teams that I named off did. The Browns could have potentially been it, but the Browns, I don't think are really like this. That doesn't really match their jersey. So whether it's collegiate or whether it happened to be for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Bucks is the length of service answer to that question. And so that's where that's going to go. So Vinny Testaverde to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, yeah, Corey, I see what you're saying there for sure. I mean, he did play a couple of seasons with the Browns, but this doesn't really look like the colors that you would see in a Browns jersey. It looks more like the old school Buccaneers colors. And on top of that, it would go length of service to the Bucks if there's ever a question, or if it had been collegiate. So we're calling that one to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I think is the right call. So Vinny Testaverde goes there. The Antonio Brown, of course, headed to the Steelers. If these are coming to you guys, make sure you find all your paperwork before you toss this stuff, toss out your packing. Jerry Rice for the 49ers. I normally kind of tuck all the paperwork inside the bag with the jerseys, just FYI. Amari Cooper, nice hit there for the Raiders. And then the Dolphins hit with Jim Langer. So that is our case of jerseys. Give me a second to get them set out of the way, and then we're going to head right into National Treasure. So I will be back with you in just a second. Okay, let me get our case of NT up on the table and see what kind of damage we can do there. All right, let me find, where do I need to be? See, I'm trying to multitask tonight and catch up on with you guys in chat to make sure I haven't missed any questions you're asking me over there. So while I'm looking at chat, I'm going to let you guys look at this. So if you have not seen this yet, please do take a look at it. It does have information there about your anticipated shipping date and information about consolation cards. Scott, you were asking me about Opulence, and it's not going to break until we fill it. This is what it looks like right now for Opulence. So we're only half filled. It's set up to be a hits draft. I may change that. Corey brought up last night that he would prefer it to be a random teams draft. So I did send out a message to everyone who's already in the break asking them if they would also like to switch to that format. And we'll see how that comes back. But right now we have 11 spots open. 135 a spot. Everybody guaranteed something since it's a hits draft. That's how it is currently set up. That, of course, is what we were just looking at. I'm sure everyone has seen it by now, which is going to bring us up to our team-by-team breakout, which is 4 boxes of 2018 National Treasures Baseball. This is a full case break. It's break number 1. It just came out today and, of course, ended on eBay tonight. Team names are there on the left-hand side, and our winning bidders are across from it on the opposite side. Chad Chrome is up right after National Treasures tonight. So you have got however long it takes us to get through National Treasures. I would say, you know, in general, this is probably maybe 20-minute break, something like that, give or take a few minutes, depending on how many redemptions and things that we find or don't find, as the case may be. So that's just kind of a rough idea, something like that. Oh, no, of course, Corey, if we redid it as a random team kind of thing, obviously we would reconfigure because the price would be different. So any amount that you've paid would be reconfigured in terms of your number of teams, obviously. But again, that's all in that email message that I sent out today to all of you who are in that break. So, Corey, you should have that message from me. And it tells you kind of exactly what I was thinking there about that. So you've got your Kobe Bryant from Opulence up for sale, hon. It's already at $1,500. Very nice, very nice. Oh, Stephen, you guys were naming off all the teams that Testaverde had played for. I see that now. Yeah, here's the way that works. Of course, normally there's going to be team names, but on custom jerseys there are not. So we look first at the color scheme, which in that case really looked to me like it's the old Tampa Bay Buccaneers colors. It did not look to me like it was the color of the Browns. I think we can all agree on that. Or it could have possibly been a collegiate jersey. If it had been a collegiate jersey, of course, it would have defaulted to length of service, which definitely he had the most years with the Bucs, which still would have pointed to the Bucs, and I think it was their color scheme anyway. So that is, guys, how it ended up with the Bucs. And if you've never checked it out, at the bottom of every one of my listings, you will find a little section that says special circumstances. And in that little special circumstances area, it talks about all kinds of interesting things, including how we handle custom jerseys that don't have team names on them and stuff like that. So believe it or not, just about any scenario you can think of, you know, is probably covered in there somewhere. Oh, Randy says that he thinks that jersey might have been collegiate for the Miami Hurricanes, which if it was, then we're still square because we went with length of service as well as color scheme, which led us to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So any way you cut it, I think we did get Mr. Testaverde awarded correctly. Yeah, Corey, you'll have to send me a link to that card. It sounds really cool. You were talking about it last night, and it does sound like it's going to be pretty cool. Randy, you have a question mark about what? And too much power? Sorry, man. It was definitely not a Ravens jersey. There were no Ravens colors in there at all. And for certain, it didn't match any of the Ravens color schemes in there at all, unfortunately. Yeah, Too Much Power was trying really hard to make it a Raven. I know, man. I'm sorry about that. It did not work out that way, though, huh? You said somebody hit the Fox 1-of-1 cut autograph today. Oh, okay. Well, then we know that's out of play, I guess. Big Poppy, David Ortiz, Boston Red Sox /99. Next up, we have numbered /5, a nice little two-color jersey there for the Mets and Cespedes. Numbered /99, this is Mark McGwire as a Cardinal. Here's Larry. Is that Dobby, guys? I think it is. It's numbered /5, and that is some old material right there, friends. I mean, that's been around like a long time. And that, of course, is headed for the Cleveland Indians. Brandon Woodruff coming out for the Brewers /99. And I think I need a different size sleeve for that, so bear with me here for a second. Well, Stephen, again, though, you're looking at the color of the jersey. So, I mean, I see that you're saying Jets, but the Jets definitely don't have any orange in them. So between the Browns, which have some orange in their jersey, although, again, I don't think that was a Browns jersey, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which have orange in their jersey. I believe that the Vinny Testaverde is a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. That is numbered /99, and it is Brandon Woodruff. Next up, we have J.P. Crawford to 99 for the Phillies. And then Freddie Peralta for the Milwaukee Brewers to 99. And behind that is Walker Buehler to 49. That goes to the Dodgers, of course. He's in his Vanderbilt uniform there, but obviously he is a current Dodgers player. And we have a debut booklet here, numbered to 49. And look who we have. Nice little Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. That's quite a nice patch. And, of course, your autograph there to go with it for the Red Sox. And, guys, let me check one thing here. Sorry, I just need to pull up. I think I might have had somebody I was waiting on here. Of course, it wouldn't matter anyway because we've already broken into it. So I guess even if it didn't come in, I guess it doesn't matter at this point, does it? Okay, box number 2 of National Treasures. We have numbered to 99, Albert Pujols for St. Louis Cardinals on that card. Numbered to 10, a Mike Trout relic for the Angels. Cal Ripken, numbered to 99, Baltimore Orioles. We have some more old school materials coming out. That is Willie Cam to 99, Chicago. I believe White Sox, guys, but I will have to verify that. So obviously it'll be whichever team he played with. So if it was the White Sox, it'll go to the White Sox. If it was the Cubs, it'll go to the Cubs. I think White Sox, but I absolutely have to verify that. That is a redemption. We'll look at it at the end. To 99, it's Francisco Mejia for the Indians. And Corey's, that's the wrong sleeve. Corey is asking for some Yankees. He's getting nervous because he hasn't seen any Yankees come out of here yet. For the Phillies, it is Scott Kingery to 25. You can see got a little bit of chipping on both upper and lower corners there on the right. It's not anything outrageous, but I did notice it, so I called it out to you. There is Rafael Devers again to 99 on this one. Boston Red Sox with a couple of nice Devers. Here comes a cut signature for us. This one is Mr. Gary Carter to 35. Montreal Expos, you'll note. And, okay, so I imagine everyone knows this, but if you do not know this, the former Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals. Cards always stay with their franchise. So, here's how that works. It will go to the Nationals as a result of the fact that that's where the franchise currently resides. So that, again, you can find all that in the bottom down there in the little special circumstances area. Victor Caratini to 99. That is a Cubby. Ryan McMahon, numbered to 99, Colorado Rockies. And what did you say? Oh, you saw a 9. The major rad player saw a 9-player autographed Yankee book get pulled earlier. Wow, man, that's nice. Numbered to 99, it's Tommy Lasorda for the Dodgers. Next out, we have Stan Musial to 99 for the St. Louis Cardinals with a little piece of the baseball bat. Oh, this looks interesting coming up next. It's numbered to 25, and it is Dwight Gooden. I thought it might be. I couldn't get a perfect look at it, but I was like, we might have Gooden hiding down under there. And indeed we do. So nice little hit there for the Mets. Corey Kluber out for the Indians, numbered to 10. That one, I believe, is hard signed. I think the Gooden might have been a sticker auto. We'll take another look at it when we recap, but I think it was. Brandon Woodruff to 99 with an excellent patch for the Milwaukee Brewers. Very, very nice. Corey says, oh no, what if all the Yankees have been pulled in other breaks? Hey, there's lots of Yankees, and you're about to find one that you like. I promise you, because I can see it right now headed your way. And it would be your nice rookie Andujar. And Mr. Andujar is numbered to 99 with a triple relic and hard signed autograph. We know you're not going to send you away empty-handed with the Yankees tonight. And the Astros have got a nice dual material signature book with Bagwell and Biggio numbered to 49. And that is pretty sweet for the Houston Astros in my estimation. I do like that very much. Oh, see, Scott was trying to help you out too, Corey. Scott's like, hey, where are the Yankees for Corey? See, we're all pulling for each other. It's a win-win here. We've all got the mojo working for everybody. Trying to send everyone home with something nice. Numbered to 99, it's Rhys Hoskins and the Phillies. And behind that is another Devers to 99. That one a relic. Then we have Mike Piazza to 99, Mets. Sorry. Mets. At least I think Mets, right? It could be Yankees, but I think he's a Met. Like, I'm fairly sure he's a Met. He's another one I will double check, like our Chicago earlier that I'm pretty sure was a White Sox, but I'll make sure that it is before I send it. Ditto with Mike Piazza. Roger Maris, hey, that's nice. And we got a pinstripe in there with it, too. That is numbered to 99. How you like that, Corey? That's pretty nice. That's some old material there, friend. Coming on player-worn Roger Maris material. Andrew Benintendi, Red Sox keep on keeping on. That one is numbered to 99. Chance Sisco for the Baltimore Orioles, numbered to 99. Yeah, you guys agree with me that Piazza is a Met. Yeah, I always just double check that stuff in products like this. We're not going to do it right now live, but I check it before I ship it. Just because, when they just say Chicago or they just say New York, like I'm usually pretty sure about it, but I still always check it. Better safe than sorry is my motto. Willie Adames, that is numbered to 99. Tampa Bay Rays on the board. Here comes another Yankee. It's Clint Frazier to 99. And I see, Minnesota Twins. Look at that. You got a little Killebrew. Huh. Numbered to 49. That's pretty sweet. Bet you weren't expecting that tonight if you had the Minnesota Twins in here, were you? Probably not. We do have a redemption that we're going to flip over, find out who it is. We will then go to the Panini website and verify it on the checklist. Of course, you guys know that I do that even when we know where it goes, just to have it all up on the screen and we can all agree on it. So we have, it's Lucchesi. And that is Rookie Materials Signature. So I believe that's going to be a San Diego Padre. But let's go over here and make sure. How about that? Panini's going to tell us. Then we'll know. I already forgot what I said the card set is. Rookie Materials Signatures. I wasn't even to the card set anyway. Look at that. I thought I was. But I wasn't. That's what I get for multitasking, isn't it? Rookie Materials Signatures. Card number 55. Where are you, bud? Numbered to 99. And of course, I forget their stupid checklist doesn't give us a team because their checklist on the baseball never does. So I'll double check it right now. I believe it's Padre, but I'm going to double check it at MLB.com. So bear with me, please, so that we can get that all happily verified. At least we know what it's going to be numbered to. So there's something to be said for that. And I cannot see chat right now when I'm in MLB.com. I'm using the iPad for that. So for those of you who might be chatting with me, just know that I'll see it here in a minute. Yes, it is a Padre. That is what I thought, but now we know for sure. So let's go ahead and label that up and recap National Treasures. Bowman Chrome is coming up next. I know some of you have been patiently awaiting Bowman Chrome, myself included. I've been waiting all day to get in there, and we'll be in it momentarily. So only one redemption tonight, fortunately. That is for the Padres, for Lucchesi. For the Dodgers, Tommy Lasorda, the Walker Buehler. For the Dodgers, Freddie Peralta, Milwaukee Brewers, J.P. Crawford and the Phillies, Brandon Woodruff and the Brewers, Larry Doby or Doby for the Indians. I always want to say Dobby because of Harry Potter. Mark McGwire and the Cardinals. Cespedes for the New York Mets. We have for the Red Sox, David Price. Next up, Stan Musial and the Cardinals. Ryan McMahon for the Rockies. Victor Caratini for the Cubbies. Scott Kingery for the Phillies. Francisco Mejia for the Indians. This is the one that I believe is a White Sox, and I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure he's a White Sox, and that's Willie Cam. Cal Ripken, Orioles. Mike Trout relic to 10 for the Angels. And then to 99, we have Albert Pujols. Note he was a St. Louis Cardinal on that card. So obviously that's where he's going to go, because it's always going to go to the team on the card. Nice Brandon Woodruff here for the Milwaukee Brewers with a beautiful patch on that one. Corey Kluber is out for the Indians. Then we had the Dwight Gooden for the Mets. Gary Carter cut signature. Once again, Montreal Expos are the current Washington Nationals, so that card goes to the Nationals. There's Rafael Devers for the Red Sox. We have another booklet to 49. That is Rafael Devers. Very nice for the Red Sox. Red Sox really kind of cleaned up in here a little bit, didn't they? Legendary Materials to 49. That's Killebrew with a nice pinstripe relic there for the Minnesota Twins. That's very cool as well. Clint Frazier headed to Alaska, headed to Corey for the New York Yankees. Tampa Bay Rays with Willie Adames. Chance Cisco for the Baltimore Orioles. And one little stack left here. Benintendi, Red Sox. Nice Roger Maris with a pinstripe as well for the Yankees. Mike Piazza for what I believe is the Mets, and I will double check and make sure that is correct, of course. Rafael Devers, Red Sox. Rhys Hoskins, Phillies. A booklet for the Astros with Biggio and Bagwell. Dual hit on that one. And then the nice Andujar to 99, triple relic, hard signed for the Yankees. Probably the best, in my estimation, the best of their rookies this year would be Andujar. So if you're going to pull a rookie for the Yankees, that's probably the one to get. Oh, Gina, were you in this one? I thought you were in Bowman Chrome with the Arizona Diamondbacks, but you were in this with National Treasures. Oh, daggone it, Gina. We didn't find you anything, did we? That is not the way to be, is it? We're going to have to try and get you fixed up. Get your mojo back working in the right direction for baseball, don't we, Gina? I'll work on that for you. All right, if you did not see this before, please take a moment there and check things out. So, paid shipping breaks, the one we just completed, the one we're about to start, anticipating Saturday. I think I might be able to get them out to you sooner. The jerseys that we opened earlier, I've got it down for Monday. I think I can, again, probably get that out sooner. Of course, consolation cards, the free shipping break, the jerseys. I normally hold it until your next package goes, unless you send me a message and tell me otherwise. And for National Treasures and Bowman Chrome, if you don't pull anything in there, of course, your consolation card's going to ship out with the rest of your break. So that's how that will work. And it is a 12-box case of 2018 Bowman Chrome Baseball. Finally, full case break number 1. Of course, it also ended tonight on eBay the 26th of September. And I have been anxiously awaiting to get this all day long. Oh, Corey, I did not think that the Yankees were MIA tonight in National Treasures. I mean, you had the nice Roger Maris, you had Clint Frazier, you had the Andujar. Oh, I thought you did okay in there. So, I'm sorry we didn't get you something you liked better, Corey. I actually thought that you had a pretty good break in NT, but I know sometimes we're just looking for things and we don't find exactly what we're looking for, and it makes it not as much fun, right? That's happened to all of us at one time or another. Oh, yeah, you did have some nice Indians in there, Gregory. For sure you did. Can't complain about what Cleveland pulled. And you never know with Cleveland. They're sort of hit or miss. It seems like you either get a ton of Indians out of something or you don't get very many Indians out of something. There's not a lot of middle ground for them, it seems. Jason, you like your Red Sox? Yeah, because you got a massive amount of Red Sox. Chad, you're looking for an Oakland A's Superfractor. Well, let's try and find that for you. And Greg, our other Greg S, is looking for the Mariners. Okay. And Corey, you're out of here for tonight. Hey, listen, I think you mentioned that you have an appointment tomorrow with the specialist about your back. So I hope that goes well for you, Corey. You'll have to keep us posted on that, but hopefully they'll give you some good news tomorrow on that. Now, I have a little, before I cut the plastic on any of these, let me make sure we're squared away for Bowman Chrome and that we're all paid up and ready to go. So hang on here for a minute, please, guys. And let's see, let me just double check it. And yeah, we're good to go here. So that is the good news there. Yay. Yay. We don't have to wait on anything. Okay, so Bowman Chrome. First of all, raise your hand if you love it, because like I do. Uh-oh, somebody wanted to see, and right after I cut the plastic, wouldn't that be the thing? Anthony, what did you want to know on the list? Because you know what? I normally do not switch away from here once we've got plastic cut, which I didn't see you in the chat until I did. But if you can tell me what you wanted to know, Anthony Rod, I can certainly look at a team and tell you whose name I have next to it, if that is helpful to you. And I can put it up certainly again at the end of this break. But because I had cut the plastic before I saw your message, I can't really switch the camera view away from here, unfortunately. You want to know if you have the Angels. Okay, hang on 1 second there, and I will flip myself back over here and answer that question for you. The Angels, you sure do. I have it on the spreadsheet as Anthony Rod 4949, which sounds like you, my friend, because this says Anthony Rod 49 in the chat name, so I'm going to go with yes. Yes, you do, and good luck. We hope we find you something awesome in here tonight. You guys are asking about, somebody's asking about the jerseys. We had Amari Cooper for the Raiders. We had Vinny Testaverde. Amari Cooper, Vinny Testaverde, Antonio Brown. Somebody for the Dolphins. And I don't remember the rest. Those are the ones I remember. So I didn't, maybe some of the rest of you might have might remember a few more of them than what I did, but those are the only ones I can remember. So what we have with Bowman Chrome, I imagine most of you are familiar with how Bowman Chrome works. But as you can see, we have 2 mini boxes per master box. So we have 12 master boxes equals 24 mini boxes. And then each mini box, of course, has that many packs in it. And we are looking at 2 autographs per master box, which means 1 per mini box. Obviously, we'll have numbered things and a variety of others as we go along. So that's an Arizona Fall League refractor insert for Justice Sheffield and the Yankees, who, by the by, looks like he's going to be very good. Purple Shimmer, that is for the Mariners. And, of course, it is numbered to 655 on that one. I don't know why I said of course. It's not really of course on that, but yet that's what I said. And I'm looking through this the first time along with you. So Peaks of Potential insert for Sanchez and the Rays. Then, of course, we've got loads of first Bowmans and various things as we go along. For the Tigers, that's to 499 with Beau Burrows. I tell you what, normally I don't put these in sleeves as we go along when they're high numbered, but I think we just will tonight. Make things a little easier as we go down the road here. And here is an Arizona Diamondback, and it is Diaz, first Bowman. And I really thought Gina had the Diamondbacks tonight in this break, and she actually had them in National Treasures, so I'm bummed that we couldn't hit anything for her because she's been in a little bit of a dry run lately. Mitchell White, first Bowman, or Peaks of Potential, I should say, not first Bowman, for the Dodgers. Oh, Jerry Rice. Yeah. Thanks, Greg. That was one of the other ones. Thank you very much. Can you imagine? I forget the Jerry Rice one. And Dennis jumped in and said that too. Thank you, Dennis. It's actually Dennis that said it. I thought it was Greg that said it. Either way, thank you both for helping me remember the extra jersey that I had forgotten. Deathstalker, you asked me how much Prism football I'm going to get. I don't know the answer to that yet. I certainly ordered plenty of it. I doubt very seriously they'll give me the full amount that I ordered because they never do. So I don't know yet how much of it I'll have. I haven't seen my allocation numbers for Prism football yet. I have maybe from one place, but not from the others. So can't answer that one quite yet. Tomas Nido, Arizona Fall League for the Mets. And, of course, our nice little Bowman Sterling Ramos here for the San Francisco Giants. Those little Bowman Sterling are continuity cards, so I always look forward to seeing them. Peaks of Potential Alvarez for the Astros. Apparently, I am generally unable to speak tonight. Mookie Betts, that is a blue chrome refractor to 150. Coming behind that, I see a little gold first Bowman, and that is for Lolo Sanchez, numbered 250 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But Deathstalker, you did see the other break, right? Though you had asked about Spectra. You saw that that's coming up again Friday night, but that it's 2 half cases put together as a case quantity, right? So it's 4 out. It's half case of one case, half case of another case, obviously making the full 8-box case. Hopefully you saw that earlier, though. Matt Fiesta to 150 for the Mariners is our autograph. So we have a Diamondback autograph and a Mariners autograph thus far. Another Peaks of Potential, that one Brandon Marsh. And there is Master Box number 1 completed. Gina, yes, and Bowman Chrome, you're primarily prospecting. In anything Bowman, you're primarily prospecting. I mean, for sure, they will have most of your current year rookies in there. Maybe not every one of them, but a lot of them will be in there. So, obviously our hot rookies for the year, Acuna and Albies and Otani and Reese Hoskins and all those guys would be represented for the most part in Bowman. So, of course, they're one route to go. The other route to go is you look for what you know to be up and coming prospects. So like high draft picks and guys that look like they're going to be maybe called up to the majors sooner rather than later. Those teams will be a little more expensive than if you look at teams that maybe have a really good pipeline, but the guys are still kind of low in the process. Like, for instance, the Kansas City Royals have a lot of really good young players, but they're going to sell pretty inexpensively because most of them are still down in single A, right? So they got to go through, usually the progression would be single A, maybe to high A, then double A, then triple A, then call up to the majors. So the more time that separates when the person is likely to be called up, the lower the cost of the team, usually. Does that make sense, Gina? I mean, sort of, maybe, not really. That is for the Dodgers with an Arizona Fall League insert. But you can look at Baseball America, Gina, is a good place you can go look at like the pipeline for the different teams and see how the prospects are ranked within their individual organizations. And then you can also look at like Baseball America's top 100 prospects that'll take them into account across all the organizations. That's Purple Shimmer to 655 for the Red Sox. But I personally love, that's a nice Joe Adele Peaks of Performance. Love Bowman because I really like the prospecting. And the other thing that people will go back and forth about, some people will consider first Bowman to be the rookie card. Other people will only consider the cards that say rookie card on them. There's Carter Kieboom to $4.99 for the Washington Nationals. And there will be people that will debate you endlessly. See that first Bowman, Gina? Technically, that is the first Topps produced licensed card for that particular prospect. So oftentimes those would sell for maybe even more than an actual rookie card that says, RC on it type thing. Ranger Suarez for the Phillies and a first Bowman. So there's lots of, baseball's a little different in the sense that you do have to kind of learn a little bit more about who the hot prospects are if you want to get in and have success with Bowman. But there's also, again, two schools of thought. The ones who are buying prospects that are closest to making the leap because you can get a return on investment a little faster, or you buy into some of the ones that are up and coming and you kind of buy and hold, lower buy-in cost but higher potential return, but you have to wait a few years, Oh, yeah, for sure. Florial for the Yankees would be a fantastic hit in here, King Greg. If we can find that, that would be fantastic. And yeah, Juan Soto, guys, is next in triple threads. Topps released that. It's Corey Ray for the Brewers Arizona Fall League. Topps released that back a few weeks ago. At the time, I knew all the products, and I think I talked about them in the break, but I can't remember them all at the moment. That is Aaron Judge, Yankees, Bowman Sterling continuity. But, of course, Juan Soto is in Heritage High number, and then his next appearance is going to be in triple threads. Fernando Tatis, that is Padres with Peaks of Potential. And then I can't remember the other announced products that he's in. I'll have to go back and look through that announcement to tell you for sure. This is Alex Verdugo Refractor to $4.99 for the Dodgers. But yeah, you just kind of, some of that stuff, you never know. Topps does weird things sometimes with how they insert things into their checklist. And there is Willie Abreu for the Rockies. That's a first Bowman refractor, numbered to 499 is our autograph hit out of that mini box. And of course, there's another Peaks of Potential. Yeah, exactly, Gina. That's why the Red Sox didn't go for as much maybe in this break, because you're looking at the up and comers largely. So I mean, again, yeah, you have the potential to pull some of. I'm sure Devers. I haven't looked at the checklist, but I would imagine Devers is on it. Certainly, we have Acuna and Ohtani and those guys on it, but they're not going to be as prevalent as the prospects for the organization. So you kind of have to look at, like, who's got good up-and-comers. Like the Reds, for instance, are always going to sell for more in Bowman than they are in a Topps break, for now, anyway. Because they have really good prospects that are close to coming up. So it's kind of a complex thing, but if you check out Baseball America, that's probably the best way to get started. And that'll give you a lot of good information about who's coming on the horizon. The last autograph was Willie Abreu for the Rockies. It was a first Bowman refractor to 499. And of course, I will recap all of that at the end of the break. That will we'll recap all of our signature hits and that sort of thing. So if you miss anything, you are going to have another chance to take a look at it. Another Arizona Fall League, that one for the Blue Jays. Purple Shimmer for the Indians to 655. And another Peaks of Potential. So basically, the Peaks and Potential and the Arizona Fall League, unless you guys specifically want all those called out, I may not. This is numbered to 499 for the Phillies, and it is De Los Santos. I see a redemption. We're going to flip it, because you know I'm evil that way. And we will look at it at the very end of the break and find out who that is. So depending on how your night goes, you know, it could be a bonus for you if you've already pulled a lot of things. If you haven't pulled much of anything, it can still be a wild card to give you a little hope until we get to the end of the break. Anyway, right? That's the way I look at them. I haven't seen anybody else's break of this today, so I don't even know who all the redemptions are in here, but I'm guessing some of you guys do. So if you do, feel free to jump into the chat and tell us who you've been seeing come out as redemptions. So we have kind of an idea of some of the possibilities. I imagine Ohtani would be a redemption in here. Beyond that, I don't know. There's a nice little Arizona Fall League Florial for the Yankees. Of course, all of those Arizona Fall Leagues inserts are refractors. I'm sure you have noticed that. Ditto with our Bowman Sterling continuity cards. That one, the Phillies and Adam Hazley. Those also are the entire series refracts, as do our Peaks of Potential inserts. And there's a nice little Stanton refractor for the Yankees to $4.99. Giancarlo. And we have a purple first Bowman for the Phillies, and it is Nick Fanti, numbered to 250. So I did get a look at the Leaf baseball schedule. They sent it out. And, of course, they never really release those products when they say they're going to. And sometimes they don't even get close to when they say they're going to. However, It doesn't look like we're too far off. Maybe a couple months. We should be at Leaf Metal Draft Baseball and Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball, Leaf Best of Baseball. All those scheduled to come out between now and the end of the year at various points. Of course, I haven't seen the date yet for Trinity, but if you've ever broken Leaf Trinity Baseball before, you know that you get some of the best patches in the game from Leaf Trinity Baseball. They're even better than the patches that you get in Leaf Trinity Football. Like, they're insanely good. Gina wants to know if the quarterback from Oklahoma is in here. You know what? I can't remember that kid's name. He went to the A's, though, right? That's who he signed with, but I don't know. I don't even remember the kid's name, to be honest with you. You'd have to Google it and find out what his name is. Or some of you may remember. I mean, he is the guy who he could have gone to the MLB right away, but he made a deal and said no, he wanted to play a season of football first, and they said okay and signed him anyway. And I'm pretty sure it's Oakland that signed him, but I can't think of the kid's name. And anyway, so he's QB for Oklahoma. Which is really kind of crazy when you think about the amount of money he's getting to play baseball. You know, he could, and he's young, like, right? Usually the money will entice you. But he's like, no, I think I want to play my season of football first. So, okay. You know? Ozzie Albies with a nice Bowman Sterling continuity refractor for the Braves. Oh, a little cracked ice. Although I think they call it something else here. But anyway, it is to 150 on our peaks of potential for the A's. That is Sheldon Neuse? Neuse? I don't know. One of the two. Or actually, maybe neither of the two. Maybe something else entirely different. Charlie Blackmon and the Rockies with a refractor to 499. The Major Rad, I do not have any ideas on how that would sell out of Opulence for the Luke Kennard. But the Major Rad, did you not like the hits draft in our Opulence? Is that the reason that you are not jumped into that one? Did you prefer random teams? I don't know if you were on there when we were when I was talking about that earlier. But I'm willing to switch that over to random team breaks, which would, of course, make the buy-in a little lower if that would pique your interest in jumping into Opulence. This is Connor Siebold, and it is numbered to 99, Phillies Green Parallel. Because, hey, there's a nice Royce Lewis for the Twins. Because I really would like to get that Opulence filled up. So Corey's the one who kind of brought it up the other day that maybe it would fill a little better and that he would like it better if it were a random team break instead of a hits draft. And I'm okay with that. Oh, you bought some cases of Opulence yourself, you're saying. So that's why you didn't want to get into any breaks because you bought the cases yourself. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get the last part of that break filled up. So, and it may be that we just have to switch it to a random team and give that a shot. I don't know. Buy-in would be slightly lower, but of course then you're not guaranteed any hits like you are in the hits draft break. So I don't know. I can't quite figure out why we can't get that one moved over the edge, but I would like to get it moved over the edge. That is Tyler J. for the Minnesota Twins, Arizona Fall League. And here we have a little Jay Groom with green shimmer to 99 for the Boston Red Sox. So what else did you get out of there, the Major Rad? If you bought 3 cases of Opulence for yourself, you had to have gotten some really, like, massive hits out of there, right? So you got to share with us. Tell us what did you hit? We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, Corey was in a break of it somewhere and hit a nice Kobe Bryant, something with an embedded coin and whatnot. So definitely there's been some cool stuff come out. Lorenzo Cain and the Brewers, purple parallel to 250. Behind that, we have a Franklin Perez purple parallel to 250 for the Tigers. I see a Shohei base rookie coming up next. Just a basic base rookie. Signature, Minnesota Twins. I'm sure you were hoping Royce Lewis, but we have a first Bowman for you. And that is Bruce Brusdar. Graterol? Yeah, I butchered that. I know I did. Yeah, I've got a little more Bowman High Tech we're going to work in sometime over the next few days as well. So basically I'm buying some more of that on the secondary market because, you know, I like to open it, and we've been pulling, I think, out of virtually maybe all but one case of Bowman High Tech, we've been pulling Acuna like crazy out of there. In fact, more than one case, we've pulled him more than once out of the same case. Like, he's really showing up big time in high tech, and so is Shohei Ohtani. So I keep breaking it and thinking it's going to be the last of it, and then I'm like, and I go back on the secondary market and I buy more. So we will have some more. It's on its way. I might even buy a little more Clearly Authentic. It's another one I like a lot. We opened, I don't know, 9 or 10 cases of it along the way, but I might buy another case or two of that as well sometime soon. But we got lots of Bowman Chrome, so we're going to be breaking Bowman Chrome for probably a couple weeks. Not every single night, but several times per week. Arizona Fall League, Acuna and the Braves. Bowman Sterling Continuity, Haria and the Brewers. Another Shohei base rookie. Peaks of Potential, Joe Adell. A nice little purple Starlin Castro, numbered to 250 for the Marlins. Behind that, the Pirates and Shane Baz to 499. I see a little cracked ice. Yes, I do. And it is for the Angels. It is first Bowman Barria. Jamie Barria, cracked ice, or whatever we call it on Topps. There's certain things like I always call refractors, even though Topps, calls them prisms. I've always called it refractor because that's what Topps calls it. And I have always called this pattern cracked ice, even though Topps, I think, maybe calls it something different. But that's what Panini calls it, and that's what I've always called it. Anyway, it's a good thing to hit when you have that coupled with a first Bowman. Chad, you said you're still working on us hitting a superfractor for you, huh? An A's superfractor. Well, Chad, let's try and get that worked out for you then. Usually we do pull a decent amount of A's in Bowman, so I would imagine we're going to find some in here for you somewhere along the way, of some interest anyway. There's Alzolay for the Cubbies, Arizona Fall League. A purple shimmer Dylan Tate, numbered to 655 for the New York Yankees. Yeah, I like Bowman Chrome so much better than regular Bowman. I mean, I like regular paper Bowman too, but what I don't like about regular paper Bowman is how many base cards there are. There's so many. I like this format so much better with fewer base cards. That is Gavin Sheets to 150, White Sox, blue parallel. And I wish that this is what they would do for paper Bowman too, like about this same number of cards instead of that crazy amount we get out of a case of those. William Contreras, first Bowman for the Atlanta Braves. But you know what? They're not ever going to change original paper Bowman. It's always going to be 5 million base cards. You said you're not banking on it, on hitting the A's, but you like having the company. Hey, all right, I can live with that. I like having you guys keep me company in chat too. So, Yanks 90. We are about halfway through Bowman Chrome right now because I am seeing 6 boxes still sitting there on the table, master boxes. And, of course, we're opening one right now, which when we finish this little pile that I'm taking out, we will be exactly at our halfway point. So we're rocking on through it at a pretty good little clip tonight. You got Fox, Mitchell, Smith, RPA, 4 gold coins, 1 of Howard, a Collins book, a LeBron patch book. Oh, nice. Nice, man. So you're keeping those and going to sell the rest on eBay. Well, that makes sense, because then what you sell covers the cost of the stuff you decide to keep. I mean, for sure, we've all done that sort of thing along the way. These, that particular pack has quite a bit of curvature to it. I don't know how much of that you can see, but some of these have more curvature than others. But I'm sure that the vast majority of you are familiar that anytime we do cards with this type of coating, be it Prism or Chrome, Topps or Panini, you will always find that that coating can cause these cards to kind of bow up a little. Padres, Mackenzie Gore, Bowman, Sterling Continuity. And sometimes it's worse than others. I don't really know what makes it worse than others sometimes, but it is. To 499, that's Tyler Mahle and the Reds. Saw an article today where he was being discussed as possible trade fodder. So I don't think he quite, I mean, he came out so strong at the beginning of the year, and then I don't know what happened. He kind of regressed a little bit. So same old story with my Cincinnati Reds, looking for the pitching rotation. Garrett Cooper, refractor to 499, Marlins. So I don't know what's ever going to happen with my poor Reds. And then you watch. I mean, they'll do something dumb and trade away Hunter Green, or you know, before he ever pitches a game for us, and then he'll like pitch lights out for somebody else. But the Major Rad, I didn't make a decision on Transcendence, but honestly, I've had such a hard time even getting Opulence filled up, and it is an 1/8 of the price of Transcendence that I'm kind of hesitant to book Transcendence because, you know, I definitely don't want to be sitting on a $26,000 case that I'm having trouble filling. You know, as it is, we're having trouble filling a $3,000 case of Opulence. So I haven't made a final decision, but I am leaning towards not getting Transcendence, mainly for the reasons I just said. I'm worried that it'll sit and sit and sit and sit, which, you know, having that kind of money sitting and sitting and sitting wouldn't be ideal for me. That is Sanchez to 655, purple shimmer for the Phillies. That was Sisto Sanchez. We have Jesus Sanchez, of course, another possibility for a different team, but that one was for the Phillies. Harrison Bader, purple refractor to 250. St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, I was really, actually, I'm a little bit surprised that Opulence has stalled out the way that it has in terms of getting the break filled. I really didn't think it would be that hard to fill it, especially as a hits draft, but maybe that is the problem. Maybe nobody wants to do it as a hits draft. I don't know. Funkhauser to 99, green parallel, Tigers. For the Texas Rangers, it's Kyle Cody, first Bowman. Whoops, I stacked him with the numbered things. We need to stack him with the autographs, or he'll be in the wrong recap place, won't he? Now we are officially at the halfway point. We have opened 6. We have 6 left to go, and don't forget there's a redemption sitting there that'll be flipped at the end of the break as well. You know what I think I'm going to do? Let's just get all the rest of those mini boxes out of here. I think that's the way to go. Then they'll all at least just be sitting there in mini box form. I don't know why I have the sudden urge to do that, but I do. Just all those boxes stacked up back there bugging me. So I'm just going to make a different stack of boxes. That's helpful, isn't it? I don't know. Somehow it seems like it'll take up less space. It probably really doesn't take up much less space, but it seems like it should. But yeah, I cannot imagine how many baseball cards have been broken today between National Treasures and Bowman Chrome coming out. Like, just think about on sheer volume how many cards have been opened up across the country today. Slowly but surely making their way to eBay, I'm sure, most of them, or many of them. Now, somehow that stack makes me feel better. I don't know why it does, but it does. Yeah, I went by my local card shop today, and he hasn't found a buyer yet, so he's still got the sign in the door saying, is that another redemption? Yeah, saying that he is going out, going out of business unless somebody buys it. So just about every time I go in there, though, I buy some of the old inventory, because one of these days we're going to have a fun break of all kinds of older stuff, especially in football. He doesn't have as much older baseball. He has a little, but he has a lot of the older football. So I've been slowly but surely, buying 2013, 2014, 2015 football. A little bit. He had some 2012 baseball, but it was Prism, so I got that. And I think what else? There's something else interesting he had in the older baseball that I bought time before last. But he's selling through a ton of stuff. I mean, he hasn't necessarily got it marked down, but what he's doing is if people ask to buy a bunch of stuff at once, he's just offering, discounts like on the spot kind of thing. So he's sold through a tremendous amount of his inventory. All right, this is the stack where I pulled the redemption out a second ago, our second redemption sitting right there. So we're not going to find an autograph in this stack because it'll be on that redemption. But we should find some other things. Bowman Sterling Royce Lewis. And the Marlins hit with a Garrett Cooper to 499 refractor. There's another Mitchell White. Peaks of Potential. I guess I like that. I'm trying to decide if I like that new insert set or not, Peaks of Potential. I think I do, but it does take me a little bit to get used to it. The Miami Marlins with a signature hit, and that is Joe Dunand. Ooh, some orange. Finally, some orange. And it's the Dodgers' Corey Seager to 25. Oh, Dennis has checked out who our possible redemptions are, who most of the redemptions are that are coming out for Bowman Chrome. Let's see what he's found out for us. He says Ohtani, Urias, Lucchesi, I can't say it. Yeah, Adolfo, Torres, Carter Kieboom, Losi. Oh, well, you know I can't say that one. Well, anyway, we at least have an idea who some of them are. Austin Riley to 250, Atlanta Braves, purple parallel. So, Chad, you don't like this Peaks of Potential? I'm like really undecided about it. Like I said, sometimes I look at it and I think, yeah, I kind of like it. And then the next time I look at it, I'm like, I'm not really sure if I like it. So, I don't know. I kind of keep going back and forth a little bit on it. I'm not even really sure what I don't like about it. That's numbered to 50. It's Brendan Little. That was gold shimmer for the Cubbies. I can't quite put my finger on what it is that kind of I don't love about it. Does that make sense? Too dark for you? Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that is it. I don't know. There's just something about it that just doesn't entirely resonate. Like I said, one time I look at it and I think, yeah, I kind of like it. And then the next time I look at it, I'm like, I'm not sure I like it. I go back and forth on it every time I see it. So they have definitely made inserts that I like better than that, for sure. So you said the Ohtani redemption is listed on eBay right now for $6.99, huh? Out of Bowman Chrome. I don't know. I think we've been pulling the best Ohtanis, frankly, out of high tech. I mean, we pulled, was it an orange magma out of there the other night? Or was it red? We pulled red Ohtani redemption out of Clearly Authentic, maybe. I think a high tech, maybe. It was either red magma or orange magma, but it was a good one. So, frankly, we've been pulling really good Ohtani out of Bowman High Tech, and pretty sure we pulled one out of Clearly Authentic the other night, too. Fairly sure we did. So we've been on a little bit of a run finding him anyway. There's a nice Florial Bowman Sterling continuity. But in high tech, because the checklist is smaller, it seems to be a lot easier to hit some of them. Like, as I said, we've hit multiple Acunas, and almost every case has had one out of high tech. And then we've hit Ohtani several times out of the cases we've opened. So sometimes the smaller checklist pays off. Josh Bell, green parallel to 99 for the Pirates. And right behind it, we have a Chance Adams, green parallel, Yankees to 99. Kansas City Royals hitting with Trevor Oaks to 499, first Bowman refractor. Chad, you pulled a red auto out of your case today. Oh, but it wasn't Ohtani. Who was it, man? Who'd you get? I mean, that's the fun thing about Bowman Chrome, though, right? I mean, we can pull first Bowmans that today might be worth $5, and in 5 years from now might be worth $5,000. I mean, you just never know. That's what's so cool about it. I mean, because do you think anybody cared about those Aaron Judges back in 2013? They did not. They didn't even care about them until part of the way into the season of 2017. Because, you know, that late September call-up in 2016, he didn't exactly shine, shall we say. But then he comes up in 2017 like a monster, and the next thing you know, boom. Price shoots up like a rocket, so that's what makes Bowman fun. You said we went back to back on Ohtani. Yeah, I know we've pulled him a lot this week. I do know that. Within the last 7 days, I should say. It might not have all been this calendar week, but then the last 7 days we've pulled Ohtani a lot. I do know that because I've shipped him out already. That is Nick Allen to 655. There's something for your A's anyway. You've got a nice little purple shimmer there of Nick Allen. So at least we have your Oakland A's on the board. Yeah, maybe it is the dark part of that card. That might be, you might have put your finger on it as to what it is that's not quite like hitting a chord with me. Might in fact be that. The bottom part's kind of washed out a little. Nick Senzel to 499. Refractor, my Cincinnati Reds. And I swear to you, if they don't stop talking about trading him, all these talking heads always say that he's, you know, the attractive trade piece, blah, blah, blah. If they trade him, oh my gosh, I might have to swear off of watching Cincinnati Reds baseball if we trade him. Like, I'll be so mad. Chris Torres, first Bowman for the Miami Marlins. I mean, we've only been waiting 100 years to get him brought up. Should have come up this year. Busted up his hand in the one game and still sitting down there in AAA. And if they trade him before he ever plays a game in the big leagues with the Reds, I will lose my mind. Oh, your red was Shane Bieber. He pitched a 6-inning, 2-hit shutout tonight. Oh, well, all right. Well, that's good. Mo Money, you are looking for Bieber right now. Okay, well, see there, you can hook up with Chad. Chad M's got a red Bieber hanging around there that he pulled today. And you're also looking for Freeman. Okay, Mo Money, we'll try to get some mojo working for you. King Greg, you are correct. The Marlins are hot in here tonight, more so than I would have maybe anticipated, but we have pulled a lot of Marlins. Sometimes it does go in waves like that, but there have been more than I really would have thought that we would find. So don't disagree with you on that. But we still have a bit to go. I mean, obviously the box that we're looking at right now, and then that represents 1, 2, 3 more boxes beyond this one. So we still have a bit to find before we close up the gates for tonight, so to speak. Santillan for my Cincinnati Reds. 655 purple shimmer. Another peak potential. Ooh, I see a cracked ice coming. But before we get to that, we have numbered to 499 Medina refractor for the Yankees. This looks like our Arizona Fall League, whatever this is supposed to be, that is not really called cracked ice by Topps. But anyway, it's numbered 150. It's Mitch Keller and the Pirates. Isn't that funny, though, how you just get into the certain vernacular and it just sticks with you? Like, that will always be cracked ice to me, even though Topps calls it something else. Refractors are always going to be refractors, no matter how many times Panini calls them prisms. This is Leonardo Rivas for the Angels. That is a first Bowman. We had Brendan McKay there stuck to the back of a card. You think they're going to leave him as a two-way player? I don't know. I mean, I kind of thought that maybe, depending on how Ohtani's path went, would somewhat dictate what Tampa Bay decided to do with him. I mean, I know obviously they've agreed to let him be two-way for now. I think ultimately he'll end up being used for the bat, not as a pitcher. But he was adamant about wanting to play two-way. But I guess it depends on whether or not they're going to count, if they're going to attribute the Tommy John to Ohtani, if they're going to try to connect that in any way to being a two-way player, then you know Tampa Bay will shut down Brendan McKay. But I don't know. But at least Ohtani will still be able to hit next year, be able to DH. Won't pitch again until 2020, but at least we'll see his bat. Yordan Alvarez, first Bowman, Houston Astros. That might be useful for the Astros. There's Moncada, refractor, 499, White Sox. Have you guys opened any of the Onyx? Oh, why can't I think of the name of it? It comes out at the end of the year. Every year it's like called, it's not exactly called Premier Gear, but it's something kind of like Premier Gear. Victor Robles, Bowman Sterling, and the Nationals. Where it's like a game-used something. It could be a glove, it could be a hat, it could be a bat, it could be cleats, you know, it can be any number of things. And it's always a relatively small checklist, you know, maybe 20, 30 players or something, as most of that Onyx stuff is. But we're in the pre-order window for Premier Gear right now. I'm kind of trying to decide how much of it I want to get. And I haven't broken it myself in the past, so just curious if any of you have thoughts on Onyx Premier Gear or whatever it's called. It's something really close to that. It might not be exactly that. Everybody's being kind of shy tonight. Nobody's talking very much, so either no one has seen it or you're just going to keep it to yourself. I don't know which. Could be both. A little of both. But it is hump day, so yeah. It's a good day to kind of just be like, I'm ready for the weekend. Although, really, I'll tell you straight up, I could sit and open like 10 cases of Bowman Chrome right in a row. I would like to, but I think that the sorting of that might become problematic. First, Bowman Purple Shimmer, DJ Daniels for the Blue Jays. And I know a lot of breakers will do that, but they also don't ship all the cards, you know. They ship just the hits or the hits and the inserts, and a lot of them just the hits. And you can certainly do a lot more cases back to back when you do it like that. Max Scherzer, that's man on a mission, numbered to 250 for the Nationals, purple parallel. Oh, another purple parallel right behind it. That's Riley Pint, Colorado Rockies to 250. We have a first Bowman Cole Freeman Nationals. Somewhere along the way, we'll have some HTA Bowman Chrome too, but I don't have nearly as much of that as we do the regular Bowman Chrome. We're even more stingy. Wow, those are really, really curved. They are even more stingy this year with the... Some call them HTA, some call it Jumbo. It's technically HTA, but most often referred to, I think, as Jumbo. But anyway, it's going to be crazy to come up with much of that this year, because they just did not give much of it out. And the ratios were insane. And then one of my reps this morning, there's Rafael Devers. who, you know, didn't give out very much of this. Didn't let me have anywhere near what I wanted to have in terms of the HTA. And then sends out a, you know, they send out then these messages when they're back in stock, and the price is always like, yeah, it's back in stock because you didn't sell it out to us to begin with. But now the price is 3 times as much to $4.99, Brian Dozier and the Twins. Chad says, do you smell that? And then the next sentence says, it smells like a superfractor is close by. Well, I have not smelled it yet, Chad, but I will do my best to see if I can conjure one up for you anyway. There's Nicky Lopez, Kansas City Royals to 150. And that was blue parallel, of course. I guess you saw that, but I probably could have said it. I don't know why I didn't. I just was more concerned with saying the number than the color, but I guess it should be both. All right, we are in our next to last master box. That's the 2 minis I'm opening now, are our next to last master. Now, of course, keep in mind, we do have the 2 redemptions still sitting, so that will make 2 people happy at the end of the break. Find out what those look like shortly. Chad says if you've never smelled a superfractor, they smell like money. Yeah, I know. I would love to pull one for you. Well, I could also love to get that wrapper off there, but it kind of came out in pieces, didn't it? What the heck is happening there? Yeah, we've pulled a lot of one-of-ones lately, but they've been in different things. I mean, we've pulled a couple of them out of Bowman High Tech recently. We've pulled several out of XR football. We pulled some out of some Leaf football. We have pulled a pretty good amount of one-of-ones in recent days, but none so far tonight in Bowman Chrome. Austin Riley, Green Shimmer to 99, Atlanta Braves. Some of these are trying their best to stick to the card behind them. That is Dylan Tate to 499, Yankees. For the Cleveland Indians, we have Connor Capel. Oh, well, at least there's Bo Bichette. I mean, it's not autographed, but at least we saw Bo Bichette. At least he went by there. Yeah, where are our good Blue Jays in here tonight? Baby Vlad and Bichette. Deathstalker, I would say we have not hit anything like setting the world on fire tonight, unless it's going to be one of those 2 redemptions. I mean, we've hit some nice first Bowmans and things like that, but we haven't hit anything that is an absolute barn burner at this point. Might be a barn burner in 4 or 5 years from now. On some of those first Bowmans, you never know. The beauty of it. Bowman Sterling, Robert, White Sox. Harrison Bader, Cardinals to 99, green parallel. Behind that, we have a blue parallel for the White Sox to 150, and that is Peter Lambert. Deathstalker says, yeah, he's heard Ohtani has been a redemption. for sure, he's been a redemption in several products recently. We had Dennis looked up for us earlier who some of the other redemptions were that were coming out of Bowman Chrome today. And it's, if you scroll back up through the chat thread, he typed in some of those. And this is Chaucer Burks to $499. It is a first Bowman for the Cubbies tonight. Christine is looking for some twins. Christine, let's try and find you some twins. And another Ohtani base rookie. Specifically, let's work our mojo for Royce Lewis for you. That would be nice. He's another one that's come out of high tech recently, but not as much as the others. Not as much as I've seen Acuna and come out, or even as much as I've seen Ohtani come out, I don't think. But yeah, what if that were both Ohtani redemptions when you guys drop over? I tell you who else has been a redemption in, at least was in high tech, is Joe Adell for the Angels. Now I don't know about here, and I haven't even looked at the checklist, but I assume that Adell is in this product. I don't know why it wouldn't be. Bowman Sterling Continuity, Franklin Perez. A blue parallel, Clint Frazier and the Yankees, numbered to 150. And for the Dodgers, we have Dustin May. Man, Dustin's got some hair on him, brother. Look at that. That is like crazy. Doesn't it look like there's something behind him and like that's not his hair? When you first look at it, I kind of did. I don't ever really remember looking at his hair before, but he's got quite a lot of it. All right, guys, we are on last mini box. So last mini box mojo time. Although, did I just pull, that might have been what that stack of cards was. So did we already look at our autograph out of this? We did just look at 2 autographs, so we may have seen it out of what I had stacked right there. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute, I guess. Yeah, Dustin May might have been it. Just couldn't remember if we passed both for this mini box or not. Well, there's a twin, at least a twin for you, Fernando Romero. That's numbered to 655, Purple Shimmer. So at least, Christine, we got you a twin that is a numbered insert anyway, if nothing else. But we still have a few to look at. We may find you something else yet, but at least your mojo came around and delivered you that anyway. The Cardinals, that is Chase Pender to 250. Purple parallel, first Bowman. We had not found our autograph in here. All right. It is Brett Cumberland for the Braves. I don't know anything about Brett Cumberland. I'll have to look him up. I don't know him, like, at all. Don't know why, but I just didn't ring a bell with me. Okay, so we have a couple of redemptions that we will flip over before we recap our little stack of autographs there. And of course, you know the drill. I'll flip them over. We'll probably know the teams, but we will still go to the Topps website and check it out here in a moment. Well, somebody called Joey Lucchesi earlier, didn't they? So you were right about that, Dennis. That, of course, is going to be the Padres. We will, again, go verify it, but that's what it's going to be. And, oh, Chris Bryant. Oh, Chrome Auto Relic. Nice. Nice. Cubs coming up with Chris Bryant right there at the end. We'll take that all day long, won't we? So let's go to the Topps website. Let me get myself on the page. Then I'm going to bring you right along with me. And we'll find it and verify it. I mean, we know where those are going to go, but it's still better to be safe than sorry. We'll just look them up and show them off here online. If I can get us to the right spot, we will anyway. Oh gosh, I forgot Heritage Minor League is coming out Friday. Daggone it, and I forgot to schedule a break for that. Oh well. Okay, so we are looking first. Bowman Chrome Prospect Autograph and a Chrome Autograph Relic are the two categories. So here's our Bowman Chrome Prospects. This is where we'll find Joey Lucchesi, or where we should find him. And if they had these in alphabetical order, wouldn't that have been nice? But they didn't, so I better pay attention to what the card says on it. Maybe we're in the wrong section for him. Bowman Chrome Prospect Autograph. Maybe I was not in the right spot. Yeah, I wasn't. Here we go. It's like, I'm like, why is that not in alphabetical order up there? Well, it's not in alphabetical order down here either. What in the world? Anyway, there he is. San Diego Padres. There is Joey. Now we'll go find the Chris Bryant Chrome Auto Relic. I mean, we know that's going to be the Cubbies, but we're going to go find it on here. It's here somewhere. There we go. Chris Bryant, Chicago Cubs, right there. All nice and verified. Ready to rock and roll. So let's recap. We have a redemption for the Cubbies, a redemption for the Padres. And then we are Braves, Dodgers, Cubs, Indians, Yankees, Royals, Nationals, Astros, Angels, Yankees. Whoops, that's not an autograph. That just got stacked in the wrong stack. But obviously, you saw that that wasn't an autograph. But the rest of these, of course, were not either. Dylan Tate, I just noticed, was also stacked in the wrong stack. I stacked the numbered in with the autographs. Okay, so let's just go back and do that again. It is Braves, Dodgers, Cubs, Indians, Angels, Astros, Nationals, Royals with signatures. Of course, our redemptions remain Padres and Cubs. Marlins, Royals, Marlins, Rangers, Marlins, Braves, Angels. Oh, we had a twin for you. I forgot about that twin. Twins, Phillies, Phillies, Rockies, Phillies, Mariners, and Diamondbacks. So that is this case of Bowman Chrome for tonight. We'll be opening this again, I think Friday night is the next one up for this. We'll open National Treasures again tomorrow night. So, of course, we opened NT Baseball earlier tonight as well. And let's go ahead and put up some spreadsheet info again. In case someone missed it earlier, we'll give you all the information you need to know. So realistically, guys, I can probably get all of this out sooner than the projected date, but I kind of like to stick to the projected date when I show it on screen because, you know what, things can come up throughout the week that you don't expect. So I don't want to give you a shorter date and miss it and have you be disappointed. I'd rather give you what I think is the realistic date and just hope that I'm a little faster than that. So anticipating Saturday or before for National Treasures Baseball and the case of Chrome that we opened tonight. Of course, the free shipping breaks are always projected 6-7 days after the break. So the jerseys are projected for approximately Monday which is, believe it or not, October the 1st. And of course, consolation cards. Everybody, I'm sure, I would imagine all teams pulled cards in Bowman Chrome, so I don't think we have anything to worry about there. If you got skunked in National Treasures, your consolation cards will ship out with the rest of the break. If you got skunked in the Jersey break, normally I would hold your consolation cards until the next time you have a package heading your way. I do track that for a rolling 90-day period. If you don't want to wait for that, you were in the free shipping break and you say, hey, I don't want to wait for my next package to ship, shoot me a message by way of eBay and I will gladly get your consolation card on the way to you sooner. In the nights ahead, we're going to have all kinds of memorabilia breaking. And then tomorrow night, National Treasures Baseball and Spectra Football. That will be the last of the Spectra, what you see there for tomorrow night. Friday night, of course, a half case of the autographed baseball jerseys, a half case of mini helmets. The last case I have of XR football, and it will be the last case of it for sure as well. And a second case of Bowman Chrome. Saturday night, loads of memorabilia, a half case of football jerseys, a three-peat basketball box. We're going to break 4 boxes, a third of a case of Luminaries, a half case of High Tech, a half case of Leaf Trinity. All those guys are loose boxes. I know I don't usually break those in halves and thirds, but it's all stuff that a distributor gave me as partial cases. So we're just going to bust it all out there at once on Saturday night. We're also going to do a Topps Chrome football mixer on Saturday night, a 6-box mixer, which will be comprised of 2 boxes of 2013, 2 2014, and 2 of 2015 Topps Chrome football. Sunday, note, we're going to start earlier than normal. Instead of our 10 p.m. start time, we're going to get rolling at 9:30. We'll open a Hall of Fame multi-sport jersey, a half case of basketball jerseys. Yeah, right? Like, that ought to be fun. And what else? An autographed baseball bat and the half case of Heritage High Number. Monday night, another half case of mini helmets, a triple play baseball box, a third case of National Treasures, and a third case of Chrome. And yeah, so that is that. What else do we need to look at? I guess Opulence again, if anybody wants in this. And here's the other thing. If you would be interested in it if it were a random team break with a slightly lower price as opposed to this hits draft, you can also let me know that, because I'm not opposed necessarily to reconfiguring it if we can just get the break to fill. I just, this came out last Friday. Granted, I should have opened it sooner than I did. I didn't open the break for purchasing spots until Thursday, I think, so that's on me. But at any rate, it doesn't usually take us this long to get one filled up. It is a case of Opulence basketball. We're looking at it as a hits draft, which means that basically we'll open it up. We'll take out all of our hits. Everybody will know what's in the case. We'll randomize the list of participants, and whatever random.org gives us will be our draft position order. And so if you ended up in draft position 1, you would have your choice of any card there on the table. If you ended up in draft position 22, you would take whatever was left, because that would be our last draft spot. Again, 21 hits, and then 1 spot would get all of the base and numbered base cards, which I've listed as parallel base cards. So that's where our 22nd bidding spot comes in. $135 a spot. Each spot gets you 1 draft position, shipping costs included. We'll break it when we fill it. Like any break, it's no return, no refund. It's halfway filled right now, and I would love, 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 love to get it filled the rest of the way up. So if anybody's interested in it, please, 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 please let me know. I want to get this thing out the door. So yeah, that's what it looks like right there. And you know what I just realized? I don't think I had up there. Apparently I can't get it up there at all right now. I'm just making a mess of the spreadsheet. Giving you a nice little roller coaster ride there of black screens. But I may not have had this up there a second ago when I was talking about it either. I have a bad habit of forgetting to switch that at night when I'm doing the wrap up. So if I didn't, there it is. You heard me talking about it, but you might not have seen it. You're going, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, okay, there. Now you can see it. Now it makes more sense, doesn't it? I don't know what that's about either. I didn't do that forever, and then for like 2 weeks in a row, for some reason, I keep forgetting to switch it right there at the very last part of the evening. Who knows why? So, oh, Catherine, you said you saw a case of Bowman Chrome where 3 of the Lucchese redemptions came out. I just took you to a black screen again. That is a lot out of one case. Like, I don't know that's kind of crazy. Some bad collating there when that happened, I guess. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. I appreciate you hanging in there with me. This was kind of a long one, so thanks for hanging out. And we'll be back at it tomorrow night. So stop by and say hey again, or jump onto eBay and join a break if you'd like. We'll be around. So we'll see you then. Thanks, guys. Bye bye.